some may ask, is it really that big of a problem? And the answer is 20. There is an average of 20 veteran suicides every day. Now that's one every 72 minutes. On the surface, that may not seem like a lot in a country with over 326 million people, but let's put it in some perspective. There have been 6,891 service members killed in action in the War on Terror since 2001. That is the total amount of military members killed in Iraq and Afghanistan in 16 years of war. In 2014 alone, 7,403 veterans took their own lives. So in just 1 year, more veterans commit suicide than the total military losses in the War on Terror. Definitely an epidemic of significant proportion. So why do veterans commit suicide? Well, there's a multitude of stressors and risk factors for veteran suicidality. There's homelessness. Homeless veterans are 2 times as likely to commit suicide. They can suffer from financial stress. This can be mounting bills, unexpected expenses, college for the children, and many other reasons. They can have chronic pain or other chronic health issues. They can partake in alcohol and drugs. This is often a method of self-medication for veterans. They can have a loss of a loved one. This can be a family member, but often it is the loss of their fellow veterans. Unemployment, inadequate education. Many within the military have no post-secondary education. When leaving the military, veterans can face a lack of employment options. Divorce and custody issues. Multiple deployments are hard on families and relationships. Mental health. They can have pre-existing mental health issues, and they can also have mental health issues that are tied to their military service. PTSD is a significant mental health issue that's often tied to military service. They can have a loss of family and a sense of belonging. Being in the military is like being part of a big family. When a veteran leaves the military, they can often lose this sense of family. These stressors will build up until finally it gets to be too much. Let's take a minute to talk about PTSD, as it is a risk factor for veteran suicide that is misunderstood by many. So is PTSD something new? Although it has recently gained attention in the War on Terror, it has been around since the dawn of war. It has been known by many names: shell shock, combat fatigue, nostalgia, soldier's heart, combat stress reactions, and many others. Regardless of the name, it has traditionally been thought of as weakness in the military. Thankfully, this stigma has begun to change. Soldiers and veterans can suffer from PTSD for many different reasons, including history of sexual trauma, both in and out of the military, child abuse, witnessing violence, taking the life of another, living in a constant state of fear for their safety, and many more. The symptoms of PTSD include avoidance, emotional arousal, and re-experiencing the trauma. It is also important for us to acknowledge that a veteran need not have direct combat action to suffer from combat stress. A pilot operating a drone in Afghanistan from a location within the United States is just as likely to experience PTSD.